From $1 candy addictions
Sour Patch Gritty worthy or?
Yeah, why not?
to helicopters that literally came from Call of Duty. One NFL player even has a watch that plays bangers. In this video, there's all different NFL players who each bought a different item, and we're only gonna get more expensive as we move on. Starting with Justin Jefferson, he honestly might become the next Willy Wonka because of his $1 candy addiction.
So listen, don't judge me yet. We gotta have the Sour Patch. I feel like it's a must. It's chocolate. I eat candy in the morning. I eat candy at nighttime. To be honest, it's really not my fault. It's really my mom's fault. I'm blaming my mom. I'm sorry, Mom.
Alright, and with candy like all those, no wonder why dude always has a grill in. His actual teeth probably look like, ugh. Alright, but $1 bags of candy are the cheapest items in this video. Other NFL players bought different things worth hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hell, even hundreds of millions of dollars. The items are only gonna get more expensive as we move on, so leveling up to my boy Patrick Mahomes, he spent 60 times as much as JJ on something he can't live without.
It's definitely my whoop. People see me with this band on. A lot of times in games, you see me with this little band on my arm. It tracks pretty much everything. I look at this app every single day to try to see how I can better myself. I track throughout the game days, whatever it is, rest days.
Whatever you say, Kermit. There ain't no way I'd be caught dead ass wearing a dollar store Apple Watch like that. I mean, my watch collection's way crazier. Ain't that sexy? Alright, but even though Mahomes' watch cost $60, what Jamar Chase bought was more expensive and came from his nickname. Cause after Jamar said,
I'm always open,
didn't just end up on his hat or get turned into merch. It officially became Jamar's nickname when he partnered with 7-Eleven, a gas station that's always open.
My new limited edition 7 Select is always refreshing and always open.
He even got a 7-Eleven chain of his nickname. Just looking at this pennant with orange, red, and green gems on a shiny tennis chain, I mean, it seems expensive. At least that's what I thought when he was rocking it during commercials and had it on while going off in a game. But it turns out his nickname chain is actually only worth $120. So Sauce Gardner easily spent even more on a gift for his biggest fan. Sauce was just playing with some sticks like he always does. You know, gaming on some Fortnite, when someone who idolized him got into his match.
And I watched the Jets game too, yours instead.
Appreciate it, bro.
No problem, bro.
You on the Nintendo Switch right now?
Yeah, I've been trying to get an Xbox.
And after Sauce learned his boy was playing on a box, Sauce trolled the fan for a bit before buying him a new Xbox.
You think you have a better chance at getting kills on like Xbox though?
Yeah, probably.
Hey K9, where you from?
In California.
If I wanted to send you like a trading card, would you send me your address?
Yeah.
I lied about the trading cards, right? What I did, just grab the Xbox Series X. I grabbed the extra controller for you. I also bought you a headset.
Thank you so much, Sauce.
That's my Christmas gift to you, bro.
He said that's my Christmas gift.
Damn, Saucy Claus really gifted him a new headset, a few controllers that I'd probably break, and a brand new Xbox worth over $500? Shit. But Travis Kelce spent way more on something I thought only a hamster would use.
All the dumb shit I bought in my life.
Kelce was being dead ass serious, man. A giant inflatable hamster ball like this that, you know, you can roll around in on land, use to walk on water, or even get launched in the air, is actually something Kelce bought until somebody stole it.
I don't know where it is. I thought I had it shipped to you, but if you don't have it, somebody's fucking having some fun with a human-sized hamster ball right now.
No, I mean, that's kind of what he gets for being stupid and spending $1,500 on someone's balls. But what another player bought wasn't just more expensive. It came from a supervillain.
He was probably like my favorite character in Batman. That's just something that I just always grew up liking, was just the Joker.
Now, the Joker from Batman, and I ain't talking about that fake ass whatever the hell this dude was. This dude is one of the craziest characters ever.
I'm gonna make this pencil disappear.
And after Devontae Smith admitted that he kinda has a crush on this grown man who wears makeup, he got a man cave makeover with the Joker on his desk, a customized Joker gaming chair, a Joker colored controller, and even other Joker decorations.
Little accessories like this, tie it all up.
His setup wasn't gonna be complete until he got this custom Joker themed PC. It was full of purple lights and even had a case with Joker's iconic laugh on it. And these upgrades didn't just have him playing games even better. They cost him $10,000. But Odell Beckham paid double that for shoes from a construction site?
It's the only one that ever exists. I like that.
See, Odell was amazed because a famous artist actually took these ugly $70 Chuck Taylors and made them even uglier. I mean, he spent hours customizing them with hella different colors. The one cool part was a 24 karat gold tag on the back. The dude actually thought it was a good idea to cover him in actual concrete.
So I did Chucks. I always wore Chucks, and Chucks to me are like the lowest quality shoe you can get. But I tried to show and symbolize that with love and effort, you can make them valuable and you can make them something that people want. Most expensive Chucks in the world.
And I like this.
I feel like that kind of represents you. You're always trying to bring love and peace and unity into the world.
Trying. I don't think I've ever seen concrete on a shoe unless it was a construction boot.
Now, to me, these shoes are some ass. I wouldn't even spend $1 on these. But apparently, because they can get labeled as one of one, they're worth $20,000. Regardless, Adrian Peterson spent double that on something wet. And I ain't talking about the wet things I spend my money on. Cause sometimes late at night, I have a little someone come over, get in my bed, and I play with her squirt guns. You thought I was talking about something else? You're sick, man.
Stop it. Get some help.
But anyways, Adrian did things differently with this.
Wow.
This is so awesome.
This is crazy, man. Wow. Oh my God.
You totally outdid yourself. I can't believe it.
Yeah, Adrian was stunned, cause part of his house kinda got turned into a wet ass place with this aquarium. His 650-gallon tank isn't just filled with plenty of tropical fish. They all swim around iconic awards like his MVP trophy and college championship ring covered in bling. The inside even has amethyst crystals that kinda look like my camo and cod. Man, I miss those days. Anyways, Peterson's aquarium also got giant diamond decorations all over.
They had me for I thought they were real.
Real or not, Peterson had to see his baby from the back, cause it cost him 50 racks. But Tyreek Hill dropped thousands more just to turn into Santa Claus.
I don't owe nobody nothing for the rest of the year.
I mean, alright, Tyreek was only saying that after he bought gifts for all of his teammates on Christmas.
Oh my goodness! Hey, this is what I needed, bro. I live like 5 minutes away.
We live.
Oh, this got blinkers? This is high tech.
My dog came through, blessed our game with the scooters.
Appreciate you, bro.
All 76 of his boys were hyped when they got something I've only seen mall cops use. These things can skirt 45 miles an hour, and Tyreek got each customized for his boys.
You might have to take this out, take it for a nice little ride.
So, I guess that's why all these Virgin Mobiles combined cost $76,000. But a few other players spent thousands more customizing their expensive cars, starting with Cordy Glenn.
Wait a minute, who are you?
Listen, I never knew who this big ass dude was either until I saw his car. Painted all silver, bright blue rims, and the outside wasn't the only thing clean. The inside got stars on the ceiling, and it even had his signature in the trunk. This thing looked insane, so I don't even blame him for zooming away in his Hellcat. They can go over 200 miles an hour. But Eric Ebron got his car customized to be even crazier.
Yo, I gotta take a picture. Don't touch the rim.
Man's instantly had to flex his newest car. It was all white with red emblems that even had matching candy painted rims. And just look at these demon headlights. Eric was more hyped about the interior though, cause he got a custom sound system and a 3D glowing Hellcat logo in the trunk.
You know what that means? Nobody else got this.
No wonder why dude was doing hella donuts in this whip. It cost him $90,000. But cars are one thing, cause another player bought a different item that was even more expensive, cause it came straight out of a movie. The Terminator's glowing red eyes inspired Will Anderson's most expensive purchase, cause man's got a giant pendant flooded in diamonds where half has the Terminator's face, while the other half says his last name. And since the red eye was designed to be a ruby that actually glows, of course Will not only flexed the chain on draft night, it was shining like crazy when he got picked. God damn. And the chain wasn't the only thing making headlines, cause he also got a matching Terminator grill with pink gems inside. His mouth game is crazy. Huh? But his pieces weren't just expensive cause the jeweler who made them glazed it.
This is one of my favorite pieces I've ever made.
It's cause they cost Will $100,000. But another player spent a bit more, literally. Cause after NFL players went viral for getting their contracts paid out in Bitcoin, Ronnie Stanley said,
I just want the money, the fame and all that other shit.
So he got into the crypto game, all that other shit,
I'd invest in Bitcoin because of the ceiling. It's impossible to place a value on something like this because we don't know what situations could happen within society that may grow this value or may diminish the value. So there's a lot of potential growth, and I think that's why I'm okay with putting a good amount of money into it and seeing what happens.
And putting a good amount of money in was actually smart, which I already knew, and I was telling everybody that they should do it. At least Ronnie listened, because ever since he admitted that he invested a few years ago, Bitcoin has not only boomed and hit all-time highs, experts expect that each Bitcoin is going to be worth over $1 million within a decade. So dude's investment is literally going to turn him into a millionaire, even though it initially only cost him how much?
Bitcoin, 150K.
150K is crazy, but even 150K is nothing compared to Jimmy Graham spending even more on something that was used to fight in a war.
If you don't believe it, come fly with me.
Jimmy's always flying around in his masterpiece, because it has fully loaded machine guns, can survive rocket launchers, and zooms in the sky over 150 miles an hour. That's why he's always posting about it, and even landing his heli in the middle of the ocean. I mean, this thing is crazy. Now, I thought you could only fly these after an 11 kill streak in COD, until Jimmy got his Huey after it was actually used in the Vietnam War and cost him $200,000. But Dak Prescott's purchase is a little bit more than the money. He only bought it because it reminds him of how he almost went homeless.
Grew up in the trailer park, it's who I am.
Now, Dak didn't just grow up in rundown trailer parks like this. He also grew up in cheap motels because he lived with his single mom who was raising 3 sons.
And sometimes my mom didn't have the money for the electric bill, but she could get $40 or so to get a motel room. And it's just crazy because me and my brother talk about this all the time, just the perspective of most people would be upset, most people would be mad, but we saw it as a vacation. We saw it as a time to go swimming and to get out of the house, and we'll figure it out because we have the mom that we know she will, and we're behind her no matter what. Grew up in the trailer park, it's who I am. I don't know any better way to describe it other than to say it's who I am. It's the reason I do things today. It's the reason I see the good in everybody. It was poverty in a sense, and as I said, when you had a mom like I did, I didn't see it as a struggle. I just saw it as a way of life. I was proud of where I live. I'm so proud of where I live now because if I didn't live there, if I wasn't around the people that I were, I wouldn't be the same person at all that I am today.
Even though Dak admitted that living in poverty made him the person he is today, once he made the NFL, he bought things to forever remind him where he came from. The first was a tattoo on his leg of the sign from the trailer park he grew up in, Pine Creek Estates. Then, Dak bought this. His all-white convertible Ferrari wasn't just fast or looked crazy. It has blacked out rims and an all-red interior, so of course fans are always filming the car in public. But Dak's favorite detail of the entire car is his license plate. It says single wide, the exact type of trailer he grew up in. And just so he never forgets where he came from, to him the car was priceless even though it cost him $280,000. Damn, respect to Dak. But what if I told you stars like Antonio Brown, Jalen Ramsey, and Tom Brady all spent way more buying some of the craziest watches of any NFL players ever? Now, I know we already talked about watches, but what we're about to get into on my collection, and they on Kermit's earlier. Get the fuck out of here, Mahomes. Starting with Antonio Brown, his watch actually plays music. I never heard of something like that. But it's the theme song for one of the biggest gangsters in movie history, The Godfather. And he inspired this watch to have a mini version of himself, a diamond piano, and diamonds that all constantly spin. So of course Antonio put that on to flex his Jacob & Co. watch worth $420,000.
Put that on.
But even that's cheaper than the watch that Jalen Ramsey put on.
It's the one.
Jalen was geeked up because he got a watch that he never wants to take off.
I already got it on, don't plan on taking it off. I couldn't be happier.
Dude's BBC, big black clock, has a skeleton face, which makes the watch almost completely see-through. And you know it's expensive when the case looks like a damn treasure chest. Now, Jalen didn't just flex his Richard Mille because it's limited to only 50 in the world. It cost him $550,000. But Tom Brady doesn't just have the most expensive watch that any NFL player ever bought. It's one of the rarest watches on the entire planet. Brady took this already rare silver Audemars Piguet and not only got it customized with diamonds around the face, it was made specifically for him with his name inside and even the number 7 to represent how many Super Bowls he's won. So even though he went viral for wearing it during his Netflix roast, nobody had the balls to clown his 101 AP because it cost him 600 grand. But alright, enough talking about what players put on their wrist, because none of those are even as expensive as the $1 million secret about another NFL legend's body. Russell Wilson doesn't look like this because he eats fast food or drinks like me. It's because he's not only lifting, training like a boxer, bouncing balls, and always working out in his home gym. Russ also has a personal chef and is always on weird diets.
I'm on a thing right now. I'm on a 10-day challenge just for myself. I'm on no dairy, no gluten, no red meat right now. I'm on this whole thing.
And now, the only reason he trains and eats like that is because he's not trying to waste how much he spends per year on his body.
So I have a whole performance team, and I got a whole group. I got a full-time trainer that travels with me everywhere. So I have a full-time PT. I have a full-time mobile person that is making sure that I'm moving the right way and everything else. I have a full-time massage person. I get treatment every day. I have 2 chefs. So we have a whole performance team.
Do you have the hyperbaric chamber?
I got everything. I got all the toys. I got 2 hyperbaric chambers. And the reality
this sounds like LeBron. You went full LeBron on us.
Oh yeah, I've been doing it for 5 years or so, 6 years now.
All right, buddy, relax, all right? You ain't nothing like La Daddy, even if you spend $1 million per year. You're more like Bronny, because you're both some ass. But Travis Kelce spends even more on something that's destroying the planet. Now, at least that's what fans were saying after Kelce started dating Napoleon Dynamite, or whatever the hell this is, Taylor Swift.
Idiot.
Because ever since, Kelce's been seen hopping off jets that have 10 seats, TVs to watch FieldFlix, and can zoom up to 700 miles an hour.
Buckle up, baby. It's gonna be a ride you'll never forget.
Kelce spent hours flying from Kansas City just to show up wherever Taylor's at. He's flown to places like Buenos Aires, Sydney, Australia, Singapore, and so many more just to turn up at her concerts. And after that, they started taking a bunch of trips, like when they were spotted in the Bahamas. So you'd think being on vacation with his girl and even dancing on stage at her concerts would make headlines for some cute reasons. Until fans tracked how much they've both been flying and noticed something scary. Not only were Kelce's private flights costing him up to $300,000 per trip, people realized that private jets give off extreme amounts of a harmful toxic gas known as carbon dioxide. And after Taylor herself topped the charts for using her jet more than any other celebrity, fans criticized them for things like how in just one trip, her jet emits more carbon than your car will throughout your entire lifetime. And in total, her jet's already given off over 8,000 tons of CO2, which is kinda why her flight paths look like a kid used crayons to scribble all over a map. So all because of these jets, headlines came out about how their love is actually ruining the planet. And that's why climate change activists literally broke into an airport just to vandalize the jet.
The target is, of all people, Taylor Swift.
Regardless though, Kelce keeps flying, and so far, his private jet flights to Swiftie cost him $1.2 million. But his Mahomie, Patrick Mahomes, is actually doing the opposite. And I ain't talking about how he's always around planes, then even made a company out of it. Mahomes' other purchase wasn't just legendary, it changed a football stadium forever. Mahomes was literally a god at his college, Texas Tech. So they honored him with special Mahomes-themed jerseys that had his logo on them. And when Mahomie heard that they wanted to upgrade their stadium, he actually got involved to help him design the renderings, which eventually made the stadium go from looking like this to this. Dude helped create a completely redone end zone with skyboxes and jumbotrons. It also got new lighting all over the stadium, which basically turns football games into raves. And Mahomes even got his logo in the center of the field. Now, of course Mahomes was hyped when he finally saw the upgrades, and I'd hope so. He donated $5 million just to make it happen.
Hey, Brittany.
Yep.
Sick. That's sick.
Beautiful. Y'all did a great job. That's awesome.
But another NFL legend spent even more just to live in a water park. Warren Sapp clearly loves skinny dip. I mean fat dipping. Just look at him. That's why dude got a mansion that sits on the water, and it doesn't just look insane from the outside. The inside has a kitchen big enough for 4 families, a wine cellar that looks like a library, and a room dedicated to watching sports that's right next to his own movie theater. Now, I prefer kicking it in here because, you know, this is where you can FieldFlix and chill. And if he's watching our videos and subscribed, and you aren't, what the f are you doing, man? I gotta pay bills out here. Subscribe. But anyways, everybody else's favorite place of the crib is something I didn't even know was possible. With a custom built slide and even a lazy river. This place looks crazy at night too. And honestly, it kind of made me realize I want a water park in my crib like he's got. Until I realized I'm poor as and it's never happening. Regardless, it cost him $6 mil. But anyways, of course the most expensive and GOAT purchase in NFL history goes to Tom Brady, because he spent over $300 million. Now, owning NFL teams is nothing new to Brady. I mean, he's been doing it for decades. But eventually owning teams like that got boring to him. So rumors started circling that he was interested in becoming part owner of the Raiders? Why? Well, just looking at this graph of the team's value skyrocketing over the years, I can definitely see why he wanted in. So eventually hundreds of articles started dropping, confirming that Brady had been approved to become a minority owner of the Raiders. And if you're like me and wondering what the hell that role even means, let me throw it over to this ugly ass coconut head to explain.
We wanted to get to this point first before we started. Well, what I was going to say is we traded Devontae Adams for Tom Brady, so it's a huge benefit. You know, it's and although Tom can't play, I think he can help us select a quarterback in the future and potentially train him as well.
Alright, bro. I still don't know what the hell he's even yapping about, but what I do know is it's the most expensive purchase that any NFL player's ever made, cause it cost Brady over 300 M's. All that money, and yet this video's free. So I'm hooking you up, man. This shit's worth way more than that. I swear. Click it.